Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and this is a new video in a series of tutorials that I've been doing that show how to do the quilt as you go technique. And what I'm going to show you in this video is how to do some nice, gentle, wavy line quilting. We've done a video that is straight line quilting. This one is going to show you how to do some wavy line quilting. First, I want to show you just a few examples of what you can do with the wavy lines. These are vertical wavy lines, fairly far apart, but never crossing over each other. You can do them quite a bit farther apart and get a different kind of look to it, less dense quilting, but these are also vertical. Here are some horizontal wavy lines, and I've done these close enough together that they overlap each other, which gives it a really nice kind of watery look to it. And here are some wavy lines set far apart, but in a grid pattern, which makes a really kind of groovy, almost checkerboard pattern to it. The trick with all of these, and I'm going to show you first on a piece of paper, is to not be too, you don't want to make any tight curves or any sharp turns. You want everything to be very, very gentle and wavy. That'll make it, it'll let the feed dogs on the machine work for you instead of you fighting against them. Anything with super, super tight lines, you're going to want to use free motion quilting for. So you could do all of the quilting first and then applique on top of it, but a lot of people are really used to doing the applique first and then the quilting. So I'm going to show you how I would be working around the applique if the applique is already on the block, but you can use the exact same techniques and just do the entire block and then do the applique first, the applique after you're done with the quilting. So I just start in a corner and do very gentle lines. I'm not trying to make them super even. The curves can vary a little bit. I'm going to go across here, and then when I'm coming back up, when I spin it around, here I'll show you it. If I was on a machine, I would spin it around at that point. I like to go in the opposite direction, so if I'm curving this way here, I'm going to try and curve the other way here. And I don't try and stick with that. I'll go around the body there, around the head of the cat. I would go across the top edge, turn it around, and then maybe do something like that. But I try and vary it so that I don't get a lot of parallel lines, but instead I get nice wavy lines. And again, you could then turn it and you could go the opposite direction to get that checkerboard. You could do really close together, so close together that they overlap, which makes a nice effect. But just play around with it. Remember, the main thing is to not make any of your turns very tight. And I'm going to show you right now on the sewing machine how I would do this so you get a feel for how tight is too tight for your machine to work easily. So I'm going to start out quilting some waves. I always like to start in a corner. And I'm just going very gentle. You can see that the fabric will start to pucker up a little bit if I go too sharp. So just back off and let it go where it wants to go. On blocks this small, I don't pin them first. I'm doing this just letting the cotton batting cling to the cotton fabric. So since they're not pinned first, I'm going to be especially careful about not letting it crinkle up too much in there. So now I'm going to turn around, and on this one I bent to the left, so now I'm going to kind of make this bend start out to the right. And I'm trying to not ever make it be so sharp that it crinkles in there. Needle down, just spin it a little bit to move over. And again, this one is kind of bending that way, so I'm going to bend this one in towards it so that I want a range of wide and narrow spacing. And now I'm going to stop at this ear, and I'm just going to go around the cat a little bit. And I'm using matching thread, so you're really not going to see that line very much. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I was bending in here, so I'm going to bend towards it. Follow the line of the cat. I'll just do this last little bit here, one more stripe going up. And again, I'm going to kind of go towards it. And you just want to always be very gentle with your curves so you don't get any puckering or folding in your quilt. And that's it. The trick to quilting those nice, gentle, uneven, wavy lines in your quilt is not to get too sharp. If your fabric ever starts to pucker underneath your needle, you're turning too fast for what the machine wants to do. Just back it off a little bit and just let it guide, let it dictate for you how sharp your turns are. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World. I'll see you next time.